Hi, this is Rabbi Young. Thank you for tuning in to the weekly video email. This week, our Torah portion is Parashat Kedoshim, and it is such a rich parasha, which is a wonderful reprieve from all of the sacrificial rites we've been getting for the last few weeks. Parashat Kedoshim, the word Kedoshim means holiness, and this is the beginning of what is known as the Holiness Code. The parasha starts out, God spoke to Moses saying, "Speak to the whole Israelite community and say to them, you shall be holy, for I, Adonai your God, am holy." That's a tall order in and of itself. Be holy. What does holiness even mean? How are we supposed to do this? This is mind-boggling. Now, when I talk about holiness, I like to say that we tend to think of holiness as be like God, but that's way too high of an aspiration. Of course, God is holy, but holiness doesn't mean godliness. Holiness means different in an elevated way. So as long as we're trying to distinguish ourselves from other people and be better, not better than them, but better than we are now, then we are striving for holiness. But don't stop there, because the Torah portion gives us examples. The first example is probably the hardest one to follow. Honor your mother and father and keep Shabbat. The second half, not as hard as the first. Honoring our parents is the single most constant mitzvah in our lives, because everything we do reflects on our own upbringing. And we get all kinds of suggestions. Don't pick your whole field dry. Leave some for the stranger. Don't steal. Don't swear falsely by God's name. Don't insult the deaf or place a stumbling block before the blind. And here's one of my favorites. Leviticus 19, verse 17. You shall not unnecessarily hate your kinfolk in your heart. Reprove your kin, but incur no guilt on their account, which is a wonderful challenge to us all. If someone does wrong to us, it's okay to tell them that they've done wrong to us. This is very different from what I spoke about on Friday night by telling other people they've done wrong with us, but it's good to tell the person, here's how I felt when you did this, please don't do it again. That's okay. But we should not harbor hatred in our hearts for them when they make a mistake. When someone, if you say, hey, you didn't do this, I didn't like it, and the person says, oh my goodness, you're right, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again, and as far as you're aware, they don't do it again, then that should be it. Watching how we deal with others and making sure we do it in an elevated way, that is the base of holiness. And that's how we can strive for holiness every day, by looking at the other and saying, I acknowledge the holiness within you, and I will behave in a way that allows that holiness to match my own. Hope this is a week full of holiness for you. This Friday is the 5th Shabbat in April, and as such, we're going to do an Ask Rabbi Young session during Shabbat services. So if you're watching from online, you can email me questions in advance. And if you're there, get ready to ask questions. And if you'd like to ask something specifically about Parashat Kedoshim, I think it's a great way to continue the conversation about what holiness is for you and for me. Take care out there. See you soon.